climate change is a great example. You know, when I was asked earlier about the issue of coal, you know, under my plan of a cap and trade system, electricity rates would necessarily skyrocket. Even, you know, regardless of what I say about whether coal is good or bad, because I'm capping greenhouse gases, coal-powered plants, you know, natural gas, you name whatever the plants were, whatever the industry was, they would have to retrofit their operations. That will cost money. They will pass that money on to consumers.
That is the one promise Barack Obama has kept. Welcome to Gimme 5. That was Barack Obama running for president the first time. And he said, by definition, my electricity rates will skyrocket under my policies. Well, for the first time ever, a kilowatt hour of electricity has gone over the 14-cent mark for the first time ever. Thank you, Barack Obama, for keeping your promise. Aren't you thrilled, folks? Now, let's take a look back. You know, last Sunday was 10 years ago to the date that Obama gave his DNC speech in 2004. Here's some of what he had to say.
There is not a liberal America and a conservative America. There is the United States of America. The pundits like to slice and dice our country into red states and blue states. Red states for Republicans, blue states for Democrats. But I've got news for them, too. We worship an awesome God in the blue states, and we don't like federal agents poking around in our libraries in the red states. We coach Little League in the blue states, and yes, we've got some gay friends in the red states.
Wow. First of all, no one has done more to divide us into blue and red than this man right here. So that was all a bunch of hogwash. But did you hear the passion? That's turned into, sue me. They'll like me. I got a pen. I don't know what's happened to the guy, but here's more from 10 years ago.
People don't expect government to solve all their problems, but they sense deep in their bones that with just a slight change in priorities, we can make sure that every child in America has a decent shot at life, and that the doors of opportunity remain open to all. For alongside our famous individualism, there's another ingredient in the American saga, a belief that we're all connected as one people. If there's a senior citizen somewhere who can't pay for their prescription drugs and having to choose between medicine and the rent, that makes my life poor, even if it's not my grandparent.
Oh, and we know that he took care of his family. Just ask the late Auntie Zahudi, who lived in squalor until she passed away. We could go through that. I spoke to his half-brother about all of that, and basically he said he has no use for any family from the African side of his family. Brother's keeper. You know how this all evolved. Here's some more.
When we send our young men and women into harm's way, we have a solemn obligation not to fudge the numbers or shade the truth about why they're going, to care for their families while they're gone, to tend to the soldiers upon their return, and to never, ever go to war without enough troops to win the war, secure the peace, and earn the respect of the world.
Yeah, well, you don't have the respect of the world. There's no peace. And take care of our troops once they return? Who was this guy? One more.
Hope in the face of difficulty. Hope in the face of uncertainty. The audacity of hope. In the end, that is God's greatest gift to us, the bedrock of this nation. A belief in things not seen. A belief that there are better days ahead. I believe that we can give our middle class relief and provide working families with a road to opportunity. I believe we can provide jobs to the jobless, homes to the homeless, and reclaim young people in cities across America from violence and despair. I believe that we have a righteous wind at our backs, and that as we stand on the crossroads of history, we can make the right choices and meet the challenges that face us.
Yeah, how those jobs working out for you folks? And how about reclaiming our kids from violence in our cities? How's Chicago working out? New York, the other cities? Who was that man? All right, folks, stay tuned now for your Newsmax Now update.